Hello dear friends, this is Salomon here, and today I want to show you another army that I have tested in Legends today from several of my accounts. And basically what are we doing is we are playing with the Meteor Golems, but we are replacing most of the totem spells with the invisibility spells. And probably this can sound strange, but actually we are doing some kind of very long RC spirit walk, and then hitting the base with Meteor Golems with healers. And actually, after tests, I can say that this army is working pretty well. I will show you several my live hits from the Legends. And if you are interested, I will then make a video about this army with a whole day in Legends. So this is the army that we are going to test today. And basically, there are 6 Meteor Golems, 4 healers, and 11 invisibility spells. And also some troops in the clan castle. You can use 4 totem spells or 1 earthquake. This is also something to test. I have tested both variants. In the original, it was this way. This army I have created by myself. I mean, it's not something I've seen on YouTube, but during the attacks, I thought that sometimes the RC dive, if the RC dive would be a bit longer, this would provide additional value. And besides, we're also using the rocket spears during that dive. So let me show you some live hits. I will do comment over, and I will show you how this army works. And actually, in one hit, I even managed to swag 2 spells, which never happened to me for the last, I think, couple months in Legends, as the attacks in Legends are pretty difficult. But with this army, I managed in one hit, only in one attack, but swagged 2 invisibility spells. So let's jump to the live hits, and I will show you how this army is working. Okay, and this is the first base, and I think most of you recognize this base. It was very popular when there was the Meteor Golem Fireball meta, and actually with this trick that I'm using here, this base is not that dangerous. And I forgot to mention, please don't forget to subscribe, guys. As always, just a reminder, please don't forget to subscribe if you like the content that I'm making. So what we are doing, we are starting with the RC dive, and of course we are switching between the invisibility of the RC and the invisibility of the Fox. And as soon as the Spirit Fox goes down, like here, we continue to use invisibilities one after another, all the way through the attack. And when we reach the important defenses, for example, like here, the Monolith and the Revenge Tower, we are using the Rocket Spears. And this allows us to destroy some key defenses without actually entering that compartment from the distance. Because, for example, if I would allow my RC to go into one of the defenses like the Monolith or the Revenge Tower, I would not probably be able to take down both of them. And that's why I use the Rocket Spear. And then we are continuing with our main push. I'm using Meteor Golems with healers. In my opinion, when we take down a lot of defenses, it's better to use healers. Because we have a funnel, we have our troops pretty crowded in one place, and this way healers can benefit a lot. And also I'm using a log launcher just to destroy the town hall and not to care about it later. I'm using my king and queen together because I want my king to tank for the queen, and besides, her giant arrow helps with funneling. And I'm still using the healing tome for the Grand Warden. This is something to be discussed because probably in some cases the Eternal Tome can be better than the Healing Tome. For example, in the very crowded cores of the base, for example, when there is the Revenge Tower, the Rage Tower, and so on and so on. But for now and for today, I was attacking with the Healing Tome, and it also worked pretty well. You see that I have actually lost most of the healers, but as you know, even with just plain Meteor spam without healers, the Meteor Golems can live a lot longer. than other troops. That's why even if you are losing healers, that's not a big deal. And the only thing that can actually influence the result of the attack is time, because the RC dive is pretty long. That's why sometimes you can face time fails. This is something to be improved and to be like trained a bit, because probably I can start the main attack a little earlier. For example, like when I have 1 or 2 invisibility spells left, I can start the main attack. Here is the next base, and this is, I think, most of you faced such bases a lot in Legends. So what we are doing here, I'm just starting from the side of the fire speeder, and I'm going to enter the fire speeder. And basically what I was thinking is to try to use a rocket spear somewhere near the revenge tower and to try to take down the revenge tower with the rocket spears. This is something I was going to try, and yeah, it didn't happen actually, but anyway, we are creating a pretty good funnel. And basically the approach for such base, if you compare it with the fireball, the approach is just funnel everybody into the core. And here you see I'm using the rocket spears, and I was hoping that we will be able to hit the core. By the way, I did that, and actually the Royal Champion activated the invisibility, but she died in the core. This is something I could not react properly, and that's why I lost my Royal Champion when she tried to enter into the core. But we have created a good funnel here. And basically what we are doing next is we're funneling the second side of this base and trying to let all the Meteor Golems go into the core. This is I think the best idea for such bases, yes. And this is the type of bases on which I think the Eternal Tome could be better than the Healing Tome. But you see, the King ability is just gorgeous. And by the way, another thing that I'm thinking about is probably we can switch the Snake Bracelet into the Earthquake Boots. And exactly on such bases, King could get a huge value in the core. But anyway, just check out how many troops I still have left. This is insane. And I didn't even believe that I can get such result in Legends on such a nasty base. And I think most of you, at least once or maybe more, have done 1-star attacks on such bases. And the amount of troops left and the spells swagged in the end just shows how strong this army is. And probably you can even try not to send your RC into the core, but instead use her to clean more buildings on the outside, because due to the invisibility in the core, actually the RC didn't do anything there. And you see I'm swagging 2 invisibilities and I'm still having so many troops in the end. This is huge. And after this attack I understood that probably I have created another new meta army. The first one was Meteor Golem spam, and this is probably the next one. So we are moving next, and another base here, and again I'm attacking just from the side of the revenge tower. On the bases and in the attacks, when you have the revenge tower somewhere near to the side of the base, you should definitely try to take it down in the beginning with your RC dive, and the amount of spells can allow you to do that. If you compare this attack with, for example, attacks with like 5 or 6 invisibilities and recall, probably I would not be able to take down the revenge tower. But I decided to take 2 more invisibilities instead of the recall, because anyway, in the middle of the attack, the RC usually dies pretty quickly, and instead I would just get more destruction. So here you see I'm using the rocket spears, and besides with the electro boots I'm taking down the clan castle troops. And yeah, the last invisibility, actually already now I could start my attack, but instead I was watching the RC dive, and this is something where I can save, I think, around 10 seconds. And I also use 1 furnace, and I think in some cases it's also pretty useful, because, for example, you can use it for the cleanup, and basically I should place the furnace on the left corner, not on the top, but on the left. And I'm now using my king and queen together on the bottom just to make a better funneling. Besides, I'm also taking advantage from the log launcher to take down the monolith, which is also great. And yeah, you see, actually my furnace is not working well there on top. I would rather place it to the left, where I'm placing all the archers. There, the furnace could make a lot more funneling. But anyway, you see, the Meteor Golems are just there, all alive, I think, most of them, using Migrant Warden ability. And yeah, here is Healing Tome again instead of the Eternal Tome. And probably, I think here the Healing Tome is better, because it lasts longer, it gives healing. Even my healers, you see, are coming back to life after the red mines. And yeah, that's the ending of the attack. We still have pretty much troops alive, and even though the speeder was firing into our face, we still getting this base done. Yeah, the ending of the attack is also always always pretty clutch. You see, the time is ticking and the time is running out. I think I even didn't triple this base. That was a time fail. And yeah, if I would place my furnace on the left side, where the button and battle is, probably it would be a triple. But anyway, you see how strong this army is. Another base, and I think it's almost the same base as I already hit it, but yeah, probably it's the same. So let's try the same approach as I did before, and I'm choosing the side where the monolith and the Revenge Tower are together, and I'm going to try to go into both of them. And again, due to that high amount of invisibilities, we can actually allow our RC to start far from the main part of the base, and even though take it down. I had some connection problems, and I was like expecting that I will be like kick off from the game, but anyway, the connection improved and we're continuing our attack. Here I used my rocket spears, and you see, with the splash damage of the rocket spears, we activated the invisibility. Also, we are taking down the Revenge Tower, and we are moving further. And now already, again, I could start my main attack. And now I should start the attack. So, you see, I'm wasting time. I see it now when I'm commentating these replays, or not replays, but live attacks. I see that I could be a little faster. My king and queen on the side for funneling. I'm using the log launcher just together with my main army to take care of the town hall. Also, by the way, the furnaces are helping. And yeah, I think the addition of one furnace in this army is also pretty good. So we are going into the base. The invisibility activated once again. It was reloaded already, but the clan castle troops should be able to take down everything there, and we are going further. My king is going down, my queen is still alive, I still have my grand warden ability, and basically the base is already almost destroyed, because we destroyed the monolith and the Revenge Tower just in the beginning of the attack. This is huge, and usually such defenses are pretty well protected with traps, but as I said, due to very long dive of RC, we can start the dive not from the direction which is baited, because usually people are baiting enters for short dive, not for the long one. And you see how many traps are there. If I would start from the top, I would collect all those giant bombs, but as I started from the bottom, I didn't face any in the beginning, and I could afford myself several switches between the invisibilities, which gives more time for the dive. Another attack on the base, and actually this is the same base that I have already hit, but here the approach a little changed, and I started from the side of the monolith, not from the side of the fire speeder, and actually this ended up with not that good result. So my RC is taking care of the monolith in the beginning, also pulling out some clan castle troops, and because of that being distracted. Anyway, I'm using the invisibilities one after another, and yeah, the ice golems are just distracting my RC and actually don't give us to get more value. And yeah, she's going to the opposite direction. So here the approach is different, and the result will be also different. So we are going further, and I still have 4 invisibilities. I still have my spirit fox alive. I used the furnace just to help with the destroying the trash buildings. Going further into this the speeder, another invisibility, and I'm using my rocket spears just because I'm running out of invisibilities and I have to use the rocket spear. Otherwise, I won't be able to use all of them before the RC goes down. And actually, here, the funnel was not that great. I should funnel all the troops into the core. But for that, I should start the attack a little bit differently. So, what we will have here. Actually, this is almost the regular approach, the same as you always do with your fireball. But actually, this approach is not that good because you see our healers are a little bit on the side of the core, and this way the long shot will start shooting the healers soon. That's why I used one totem spell. Besides, I used my Grand Warden ability, and you see that the troops are entering into the core from an angle, and this is not great. Yeah, you see, slowly, but my healing for the Grand Warden is ending. My king is on the outside, and here we are entering into the raged core, but it's a bit more difficult than in the previous example. And besides, you see the long shot starting to shoot my Grand Warden, and the Grand Warden is going down. Anyway, we are going to take down that core, but much more difficult. Just compare this attack with one of the previous ones when I swagged a couple of invisibilities. And here we are barely taking the core. And this is the difference of the proper entering into the base. So yeah, I'm taking down the core. I still have plenty of Meteor Golems, by the way, but I'm running out of time. And yeah, this is like the result that I took a lot of time with those ice golems from the clan castle. But anyway, plenty of troops left in the end. And yeah, this is another base, another attack, and also a type of base which is pretty popular right now. The hive is on the outside, and I decided try to take down the hive just in the beginning. You know, if you approach it from the right angle, then you will be able to destroy it without taking any damage from the bombs. I am also pulling out the clan castle troops, and actually that's okay for me, but there will be some mess here. Yeah, you see my RC is just running from side to side, and this is something that happens when you have somebody near your RC, for example, enemy clan castle troops. But I have activated the invisibility with my electro boots, which is also pretty good option. We are moving next, and I still have yeah, now I'm activating my rocket spears, and this is also a great spot for the rocket spears, because this way I will be able to destroy the invisibility tower, and I was hoping to destroy the revenge tower. And actually, I was almost there destroying that revenge tower. I think 2 hits. I needed more to take it down, but the log launcher should help that. And also, you see the funnel is created. I'm using king and queen on the opposite side, Grand Warden with healers, and the log launcher should finish the town hall and the revenge tower, and this should be huge. So we are going further. My furnace is helping a little, but not much. Probably I should place it somewhere else again. This is something I just have to find a better usage. In some cases, when I find a good spot, the furnace is working well, but when it happens like here, probably the furnace is not giving that much value. Anyway, we're entering into the core. By the way, here I think probably also the Eternal Tome could be a good option instead of the Healing Tome. But anyway, we are pushing through the base. My king alive, queen alive. The monolith is staying on the side of my funnel. Couple of Meteor Golems are trying to get it, but it's very difficult for them. But anyway, we are still pushing through. And yeah, this base is also going to be tripled. It will be very close to a time fail. And this is something you just have to deal with because you have very long RC dive. And why I actually came up with this army is because I thought that actually, if we remember the regular Meteor Golem spam, it's pretty fast. You always have around 1 minute left in the end of the attack if you are tripling and if everything goes well. And that's why I decided that with so much time left, I can actually try to afford myself a deep dive of the RC, and actually this worked well. So this is the army that I was showing you today. In the replays there was the poison spell, but everything else is still the same. So this army I will share with you in the video description. You can take and try it by yourself. And as I said, actually I think that this is one of the best armies right now, because everybody is protecting the regular Meteor Golem spam that I have created some time ago, and this is another option to deal with such bases. So that's it for today, guys. If you like the content that I'm making, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for sharing this video with your friends and clanmates, and I see you in the next video. It was SALOMON. Bye.